Good evening, and welcome to Back to School Night, and welcome to music class. My name is Mr. Agatone, and I'm the band director at East. I've been here for 11 years and 13 in the district, and I teach music classes to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. I'm going to share some things tonight with you that hopefully you'll find meaningful about what your child is doing in class. So we're going to start first with my webpage. So on my webpage, there's a section on general music. Now, there isn't much to this other than the grading procedures. Basically, the students, part of it is participation. That's half your grade. You show up, you have your video on. You should be able to get the full points. And the other half is the work we do in class. There is not much homework unless you don't finish the work in class. Most work and projects are done in class, and you have class time to do that. The one thing I am going to go over a little bit is the student and parent supports to see basically, I update this every week to show what we're doing each day. So this is a mixture of band and music class, half and half here. Okay, so once this loads, I will scroll down to, okay, so don't be confused. The first part has things about band in it. But for example, Music 6, I'm showing September 16th. We're starting a rhythm unit. No work is due this week, but be sure your summer 2020 playlist is submitted this week. So as you're reading this, this is probably the following week. But there's also a 7th grade section. We're doing science of sound, things that relate to music and sound in your daily lives. And then 8th grade, starting musical genres. So everything from rock to jazz to classical to Latin to punk to progressive rock. So we're going to introduce all these things, and the students pick one and do a project on that. So next up is my Google Classroom. So in Google Classroom, it shows all the things that you need. Each class has their own Google Classroom. I think you know that by now. I post the things you need. The last assignment was this virtual summer music playlist. Another thing I want to share with you is 2 of my classes I share with Mrs. Cullifer. So Mrs. Cullifer teaches chorus in the school district and also teaches some music classes. And the way the schedule worked out, we have to share some classes. So this is Mrs. Cullifer. If you need to contact her about anything, I believe there's one 7th grade class and one 8th grade class that I share with her. And this is her contact information if you need it. I want to finish by showing 2 things here. A preview of the year. What do we learn in music class? We try to relate this to the kids' lives and different types of things. We started with, in all the grades, an endless summer music activity where they chose music that defined their summer. Things about music in their memory and emotions, and that's kind of what brought that about, because as we all know, music can bring back memories and emotions throughout our lives. Grade 6, music elements, composition with technology. We use iPads with GarageBand to make their own jams, but unfortunately we can't use the iPads at the moment. Music videos, music history and pop rock history. Music theater. Grade 7, science of sound and music. That's what we're starting now. Things about different sounds that relate to their lives and different music and how sound works in instruments, how our timbre of our voices sounds different, or why it sounds different, why an instrument sounds different than something else. Animation and music, things like Pixar, fitting the right music, how people fit the right music to movies and film, because it's a big career and it's something that we're surrounded by in our lives. Concert and music festival project. There's tons of music fests in the area, everything from Bethlehem Music Fest to Berks Jazz Fest, etc. So these are some things that relate to their lives. Grade 8, My Life and Song. That's another music and memory thing, and emotions. Genres of music, exposing the kids to all different genres from around the region, country, and the world. Movie and video game music, because as we know, movies would not be the same without the music that goes along with it. And linking events to music, as in, We Didn't Start the Fire. So those are some previews of things we're doing over the year that we find exciting. And why take music class? Why is it beneficial? It's a huge part of our culture. It's a universal language no matter where we go, no matter what country we live in. music helps us define moments in history. I mean, you think of things like, music of the Civil War, music of Woodstock. That was defining the music that was defined the era. Music helps with mood and memory, and it's simply fun to create and enjoy. So hopefully that answers a lot of questions about what we do in music and where to find information and who we are. I hope you have a great night. I hope back to school night is enjoyable and productive. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out at Agatone, that's Magatone at boyertownasd.org. I look forward to working with the students, and hopefully I get to see everybody soon. Have a great night.